Lexi, here with the book review. I know it's been a long time coming, but I'm finally doing it, so let's get into it. So the first book that I would like to start off, popping off my book review from my first book haul is Maya Banks' Keep Me Safe. Now, I will say first off that this is not a YA book. I mean, I kind of figured, but this is an adult book. There is a little bit of erotica in it. Now, that I did not know. Like I told you in my previous book haul, but if you didn't see the video, I got this book in the free bin at 2nd and Charles. Went up, picked it up, saw the cover, like, oh, okay, an attractive couple, and I read the back and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get into this. This is gonna be good. So yeah, so I literally picked up this book not knowing too much about it. Started reading it, and I would have to say on a scale from like 1 to 5, this book gets a 1. Unfortunately, I didn't really connect with said characters. But before I get into my non-spoiler review, let me just go ahead and tell you a little bit about the book. If you don't know, if you haven't read the book. But anyway, so reading strictly from the back of the book, and based off of that, I'll give you my impression as well, which is why I thought this was going to be a great book. But anyway, when Caleb Devereaux's younger sister is kidnapped, this Shijin of a powerful and wealthy family turns to an unlikely source for help, a beautiful and sensitive woman with a gift for finding answers when others cannot. While Remy can connect to victims and locate them by feeling their pain, her ability comes with a price. Every time she uses it, it costs her a piece of herself. Helping the infuriatingly attractive and patient Caleb successfully find his sister nearly destroys her. Even though his sexual intensity draws her like a magnet, she needs to get as far away from him as she can. Deeply remorseful for the pain he's caused, Caleb is determined to make things right. But just when he thinks Remy's vanished forever, she reappears. She's in trouble and she needs his help. Now Caleb will risk everything to protect her, including his heart. So based on that summary alone, I was like, okay, this is gonna be good. I already had theories and everything going off in my mind. So open up the book, and spoiler, non-spoiler, things have already been set into motion. The first encounter between Caleb and Remy to me was very short. Like, I thought that we would get several chapters of them, with the first meeting, but it really didn't even last that long. It was like, wow, okay. Like, it was literally almost a forgetful moment. If it wasn't for the fact that he was there, he found Remy, he met up with Remy because his sister was missing. She was kidnapped. That was like the only reason why it was that memorable. There wasn't like a moment, there wasn't anything like there for me. I will say though, with this book, it felt like a second part to the series, because I mean, it is like a slow burn novel. There's like 3 or 4 other books along with this, and this is the first one. When I started reading it, especially like midway through, I'm like, is this the second book? And I literally had to stop reading and go on Google and just see, okay, slow burn novels. And I saw Keep Me Safe was in fact the first novel. So I'm like, wow, there's like a lot of plot holes in here. It's just like, this should be the sequel, part 2, or the author needs to come out with the prequel to this series. And then as far as character development, I felt like there was none. I didn't see Remy go from this weak, slightly powerful character to this downright fearsome heroine. Like, that didn't happen for me. Not in this book. It just did not happen. Remy was the same way through and through. Caleb, same thing. Nothing. So I was like, wow, okay, there's no character development there. Even his siblings, spoiler alert, he has 2 other brothers and 1 sister. The sister, of course, is kidnapped. Even with them and their character development, there wasn't any there either. Yeah, Tori wasn't even that developed as a character. And there was just like no room for growth at all in this book, and I didn't really like that. Whenever I get to a story, I want to see a change in my character throughout said story. I want to go with them from being this shy, innocent person to this rebel who knows what she wants in life and she goes for it, if you will. As an example, I don't like having the same character through and through. That I need to see a change, because that's life. You change. So, and especially like if they have certain situations thrown at them, you expect change for the better or for the worse. That person doesn't just stay the same through and through all the trauma and whatnot. Like that just does not happen. I'm sorry. So it's very unrealistic that way as well, character development wise. Plot wise, it felt like the author had a great story, strictly based off the summary and the context of the book. If you start reading into it, there was so much potential for this book, but it was like the author didn't meet those connections to make it a very successful book, in my opinion. You could have did so much better. There was so much potential. It's like this book barely scratched the surface of what could have possibly been a great epic novel. But one good thing I will say about this book, though, is that there are multiple point of views. So you do get point of views from different characters. Like you get one from Remy herself, Caleb, and someone else. Non-spoiler. And I was relieved to get a point of view from that other unknown person. Like, it was based on that person's point of view. It lit up so much suspense. I was on the edge of my seat whenever I read that person's point of view, and I was like, oh my god, yes, go for it, let's do this. Like, this is awesome. Because like I said, on a rating from 1 to 5, this book gets a 1, and that 1 is because of that. To conclude my non-spoiler review, I don't really recommend this book to anybody, but if you do want to go out and read the book, see if you like it, see if you might have a different perspective than I did, then by all means, go out and get the book. I will never tell you not to go out and do something. Try it. You might view it differently. If you want it, get it. If not, don't. So that is to conclude my non-spoiler review. So right now, I'll give you the opportunity to get out of here, go, click out of the screen, but get out of here, because any spoilers that you get from this point on is not my fault, it's all your fault. You have the opportunity, but before you do, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below if you do plan on getting this book, or if you... So, alright, well, thank you guys for coming to my video. Bye! Okay, now getting into the spoiler review. Getting straight to the point, like I said about character development, it wasn't there. I expected Remy and Caleb to be almost like this awesome power couple by middle to the end of this book, and they weren't, and that really disappointed me. I felt like they could have grown a lot together and individually, but they didn't. So I'm a bit salty about it. Tori and Remy's relationship, I felt like that really should have been explored a lot more, because first off, Tori just hated Remy and everything she reminded her of, understandably, but I felt like her anger and her her aggression came from just like a wild place. I don't understand why she felt the way that she did against Remy. I do to a certain extent, but it shouldn't have been that extreme. But even so, I mean, it was there, but I feel like there should have been like a real conversation. There should have been a real like pivotal moment between Remy and Tori for their relationship to just completely flip, almost, or not exactly to flip, but to work towards something. They should have had like a moment. The only moment that those two had was whenever Caleb's house was burning down. Him and his siblings had here can get out, and of course Remy. And Remy and Tori are, standing in the yard together, holding hands, or like clutching each other for support. I mean, even that wasn't really dwelled on. I felt like there should have been like a moment, a small moment maybe before they got rescued and everything, had kind of like settled down, and there should have been a moment after they got rescued and everything had calmed down. There should have been really like a moment of those two talking and really getting down to the root of things. There really should have been like a whole chapter maybe, or two, on that relationship, and there wasn't. It almost seemed like it just came out of nowhere. It just came and went, and that was done. Like, we weren't going to go back and talk about this, which is something that I hated. I also hated the siblings and Remy's relationship. So Caleb, you know, he has two brothers, and they didn't like Remy because Tori didn't like Remy. And one of the brothers legit said, well, I'm not going to completely disrespect and demean and you know, hate Remy because of what she did. Like, it's wrong. I'm not going to be here to support you in your decision, Tori. Like, Remy saved your life, and like, we owe her that. More or less is what the brother was saying. And then Remy gets there, and he's, you know, in her presence for like all of 5 minutes, and that just goes out of the window. Like, you see the two siblings like glaring at Remy, or anytime she walks into a room or whatever, everyone leaves, and it's just like, but I thought you said that you were going to be nice to Remy. You weren't going to come at her sideways. Like, what happened? So I felt like that was just completely ignorant, especially like for the siblings, because you didn't go through what Tori went through. You suspect, you might have heard, but you weren't actually physically there to witness what happened. Therefore, why are you upset? Yes, her presence makes Tori upset, but you also, on the other hand, were saying how Tori needs to start getting over what happened to her. I'm not going to say get over it like it never happened, or you should just forgive and forget. But Tori, they were just saying how Tori is very, she doesn't want to go out. She doesn't want to do anything. She's changed. She's a different person. She needs to start working out her anger. You know, she needs to talk to someone. She needs to start moving on with her life. She's still trapped in this house that she was held in. Okay, but it's just, I don't know. It was just so, I couldn't. Because I felt like the siblings' hatred towards Remy was just out of whack. It was just out of balance. Like, why do we need this? We don't need this. If anything, they should be like a bridge of some sort for Remy and Tori. What else did I like? Okay, so like I said before, that point of view that I loved most of all in this book is the psycho killer, psychic point of view. Every time I read his point of view, it was like, I don't know, I just got like a bit of suspense from him. So I feel like the author did very well with his part. I wish we could have got more of that within the series. I hate that we got it here and there. I really felt like it should have been like, I felt we could have done without so much of Caleb's point of view and really hit on the serial psycho killer's point of view. Me personally, because it was so good. But yeah, and I guess we can touch on our actual heroine in this scenario, Remy, because she really wasn't a good heroine. I'm sorry. I really wanted to like slap her a couple of times throughout this book. Remy I could not stand her. And Caleb was a big douchebag. I wanted to strangle him too. But hey, what can you do? I will give this author another chance though. I really will. Maybe not this series, but maybe sometime down the road. Not anytime soon, but next year, 2-3 years from now, maybe I will give her another chance. I'm open to it. Just not this series. Like, I'm done with this series. I can't read about these people anymore. And another thing that I wish the author would have done was make a prequel, or make this book 2 and let us see Remy more as a human being, you know, someone to know and love. Like, let's get to know Remy. And also, I wanted to know more about this case that she first met this psycho serial killer on. I really would have loved, you know, to know like what happened there. Like, we just know that he was on a previous case, and that's how those two met, and he got away. Okay, but what really happened? What did he do? What was said and what was done? How did he know to come for you? Like, what happened? I really wish we could have got to see that. And then maybe at the end of that book, maybe within like the last 5 to 10 chapters, we get like a little bit of Caleb. We don't really know who he is, what he's about, but we get a little bit of Caleb. And in that, we see Tori's kidnapping. That way we know, oh shoot, you know, somebody's back at it again. We need Remy on the case. Let's go. And that way it sets off for this book, where Caleb is going to go find Remy. That would be excellent. That would have been an excellent book if we would have saw that. That way we would have seen this setup and okay, this killer, psycho killer's after Remy. Caleb was gonna go find Remy to find his sister. Like we already would have known. Okay, we would have got a general idea of the situation. I don't even know how Tori got kidnapped. Like where was she? What happened? Who did it? Like who did it? Like we didn't even know anything about her kidnapper, and that sucks. Sucks big time. So yeah, I really felt like it would have been a great series if that would have happened, but of course, what can you do? But like I said, I don't recommend this book to anyone, but by all means, go out and get it if you want. I'm not stopping you. But anyway, please don't forget to leave a comment down below to me if you read the book, if you liked it, if you hated it, what did you get out of it? Just start this conversation off. So yeah, don't forget to leave a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next review. Bye.